So, do you remember? The snake turned into a really handsome man, and he went for the princess. And he wanted to marry the princess, and the princess wanted to marry him. But then when they got to the middle of the jungle, the snake ate the princess and disappeared beneath the deepest lake in Africa. But what about the king? What about the dad? He was in the village and he was saying, I'm really worried. I'm really worried about my daughter. People said, oh, don't worry, Your Majesty. She's probably having a nice time in the jungle. Of course I'm going to worry. I'm the daddy. It's my job to worry. Oh, but I want to find them. But how can I? All my people, they're farmers. They're not hunters. They can't follow a trail through a forest. The chamberlain came up and said, my lord, I know a man who is so good at following a trail, he can follow the trail of a mosquito through the air. And the king said, bring that man to me. Well, the trail man, he came in. He had a very long nose, very sensitive nose, because he could smell things. He came in. Yeah, I can smell anything. I can follow every trail. Yeah. Ooh, get that boy downwind. That's a nasty boy. All right. Have you got anything of the princess's I can smell? Oh, good. Her blouse. Yep. Okay, I've got the princess's smell because everyone in the world has a slightly different smell. We can't smell it. Dogs can, and this man could. So the man said, right, everyone, follow me. We're going into the jungle. All right, they went this way, and then they went that way. They stopped here, and he looked at some parrot and said something about parrot. I think it was a parrot. I'm not sure. I think it was a parrot. And then they went on. Yeah. Oh, and they stopped here, and there was a panther over there. He said, so boasted about the panther, and then they moved on. Yeah. And then they got to the middle of the forest, and the man said, right. She sat here by this handkerchief tree, but he didn't. He went along here, and he went behind this bush, and oh, my lord, come, my lord, look, see all the human teeth on the ground. I've got some bad news. That handsome man changed into a snake. Yeah. And then the snake came out. You can see on the tracks on the ground, and there was a bit of a struggle. The snake ate the princess here, and the snake disappeared into the deepest lake in Africa. The king's heart was broken. His daughter was eaten by a snake. But maybe she's still alive in the snake's belly. That's it. But the snake had disappeared into the deepest lake in Africa. So all the villagers stood on the lake looking down, and the king said, I need to find that snake. But none of my people can swim very well. They can hold their breath, but not to the bottom of the lake. Oh, Chamberlain, what am I going to do? And the Chamberlain said, I know a man who is so thirsty he can drink the lake dry. And the king said, bring that man to me. Well, the thirsty man came. Now, the thirsty man, he was so used to drinking so much water that his belly was enormous, but because it was empty, he tied it in a knot and put it over his shoulder. And he came in and he said, oh, please, give me a drink. Somebody give me a drink. My tongue is like sandpaper. Please, give me a drink. Come this way, said the king. Come this way. Please, Your Majesty, give me a drink. I'm so thirsty. Not yet. Now, look, that's the deepest lake in Africa. Drink the lake dry. Oh, thank you, said the man. And the man untied his belly, flopped down on his front, plunged his head into the lake, and began to drink. All right, hold on to my legs, someone. Someone held on to his legs. Right, hold on to his legs. Whoa. And soon, every single person in the village was holding on to another person's legs. And then they pulled the man up, and he had the whole lake in his belly. And he said, where's the boys' toilet? Way over there. Thank you. And off he went. Well, my friends, all the villagers looked down deep into the lake, and they saw that the bottom of the lake had that black, stinking, nasty, quicksandy, sucking mud. And the king said, I know the snake is down there, but I can't send any of my people down there. They'll get sucked into the mud. Oh, Chamberlain, what am I going to do? And the Chamberlain said, I know a man whose arms are so long he can reach the bottom of the lake. And the king said, bring that man to me. Well, the long-armed man came, and his arms were 3 miles long. He dragged his arms behind him. Oi, tell the children to stop on my hands. This isn't Disneyland, you know. Right, he came up to the lake. Right, out of the way, everyone. Out of the way, out of the way. I'm going to throw my arms in. Right, here we go. Yeah. 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 Right, my hands are in the mud now. I'm looking around. I'm feeling things. Oh, I found a spear. That's mine. I'll get it for you later. Right, I'm feeling, I found it. I found the snake's tail. I'm going to grip the snake's tail. Everyone in the village, hold on to me, and on the count of 3, pull. 1, 2, 3, pull. He tried to pull the snake out of the mud, and the snake slowly came. And they got the snake out of the mud and landed the snake on the bank. But the snake looked round and flicked disgusting mud at everyone. Everyone got out of the way. They were frightened of the snake. And the snake, seeing an opportunity, decided to escape into the jungle. It slithered along, going at great speed. But the king was behind a tree. And as the snake's head came into view with his axe, he chopped the snake's head clean off. The snake was now dead. They rolled the snake onto his back, and then the king got a muleteer's skinner's knife, popped the snake's belly, and cut. Opened the belly. And inside the belly was the princess. And she looked as if she was asleep, like princesses normally sleep. Like that. But when the king put his hand down and touched her cheek was as cold as a statue. The princess was dead. And the king said, oh no, look at this. Everybody who helped me rescue my daughter, and it was all for nothing. Nothing. Because my princess, my beautiful daughter, is dead. Oh, Chamberlain, what am I going to do? And the Chamberlain said, I know a man who can bring dead princesses back to life. And the king said, bring that man to me. Well, the man was a vibrating kind of a man. Get out of the way, don't touch me, anyone. The man went up to the dead princess and with his vibrating hands put them on her. And the man worked like a machine in a modern hospital. The princess's whole body vibrated, her bones and her veins, and her heart went like this. The princess woke up. Oh, Daddy, thank you so much for saving me. I was eaten by the snake, but I've learnt my lesson. I'm not going to marry anybody because they've got a nice face. I'm going to marry someone because they've got a good heart. And that, my friends, is the end of the story.